Yo, what up? What's up, Patty Shepherd? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Joe Cimino, and this is
Marilu. Sorry, my glasses got all like dirty all of a sudden, and I'm like, I can't see. So, that's okay.
Oh my gosh,
technical here.
It's been a kind of a hectic last hour or so.
I'll say.
Actually, the last couple of days have been a little hectic. We were having some work done here at the building, and things went a little haywire. And literally, the guy who's supposed to be fixing it showed up 15 minutes ago. So I was trying to hurry up and go over with him before we got started. So if I seem a little frazzled, I apologize. Anyway, Marilu's just frazzled from getting ready.
True. But,
anyway, so tonight we're going to talk about probably one of the most common questions that are asked of us, besides do we have to participate, which is, do the people that come to the club look like me? Or do the people that come to the club, are they all super hot and have great bodies and so on and so forth? And if you watch any of these videos or watch any of these videos, you know by the looks of me, the answer to both of those questions is no, they aren't super hot, and no, they aren't all supermodels. and hopefully you don't look like me.
Everyone's got a doppelganger somewhere, right?
I do actually have a few. I've been told that by a number of people. They've actually, there was a kid I went to high school with that played basketball. He was taller than me, but all the time they would come up to me and say, AJ. And I'm like, no, I'm not AJ. We look so similar, just tall with dark hair, and at the time thin, and way thinner than I am now. So, but anyway, so I digress. So we're going to talk about do the people that come to the club, are they all super hot? Marilu, do you want to grab that one? I'm throwing Marilu under the bus.
I was going to say, well, I guess that's up to everyone's own individual opinion. You know, something that you might like might not be something that I like, and vice versa. You know, everyone's got their own little nuances as towards what it is that they look for in people, and, you know, in other couples or singles, you know. So to say that everyone is or everyone isn't really a good way of addressing it, because that's up to everyone's opinion, you know?
Well, that's a super good point. And the reason I say that is because, what is the saying? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that kind of sounds cliche and a cop out in a way. But let's be real about what we're talking about here. We're talking about what people see on TV and in magazines. So before we go any further, it's important. I want to point out why this subject came up. We were driving in on Sunday. Was it Sunday we went in? Yeah, Sunday we went in, and Marilu put on a podcast. It was Dr. Jess. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And she was interviewing somebody about swing clubs. Actually, it's good friends of ours from Oasis up in Toronto, Canada. They have a club there, and they were interviewing, or she was interviewing one of the staff members from there. But what I found super interesting, one of the things she said was that there's this, and we talk about this, but there's this notion of everybody who goes to a quote unquote sex club or swingers club or whatever you want to call it, they're all super hot and they've got really nice bodies and they look like supermodels and this and that. And what she said was that the people that actually go to the club are people that you see in your everyday life, regular, normal, everyday people. And then there was a show we were watching where that was really a comment also about how women are depicted, and men supermodels, depicted with six-pack abs and, super big chest. And, this is for the guys, obviously. Well, super big chest for the girls. But as you all know, you see these ads, you see television, you see movies, and these people are all just super gorgeous. So that's what, when we say that, that's what we're talking about. And the answer is no. I mean, would you agree? And that's not to say that people are ugly. It's not about pretty versus ugly or whatever. It's just like Dr. Jess said, these are all just regular, everyday, normal people that come to the club. I think she said you get to watch people that look like you having sex. I think that's what she said. She said something like that. I'm paraphrasing it, but
yeah, she basically what she was talking about was that what you're going to see at lifestyle club, sex club, swingers club is going to be people that are just like you. They're all there for the same things. And if you love the human body, you're going to be able to see it in various aspects throughout the night. And it's
hopefully,
and it's one of those things that, as well, that you get to see people having, hopefully, real, honest, lovemaking, sex sessions, whatever they may be. So if you have issues with your own body, it's a good way to kind of walk into a place and be like, look, everyone is the same. There shouldn't be they have this, they have that, I don't, whatever. It's just a bunch of people getting together and exploring themselves.
Yeah, those are good points. And I think, something you just said, seeing people have sex in a loving way or in a more non-pornographic way, what you see in porn, some of these wild and crazy positions are specifically designed so that you can see the action. I mean, I don't think Marilu and I ever had sex where I'm laying on my side and she's laying on her side and her legs up in the air and I'm, going at it from behind, from hers, so that this imaginary person can watch. Well, maybe our cats could watch.
Which they do. They do.
Cats, for sure. But no, that's so, people think about watching porn. We talked about porn last week. They think what they see in porn is real. Well, coming to a swingers club, sex club, relationship enhancement club, whatever you want to call it, you're seeing real people. You're seeing people that live in your neighborhood, in your city, in your area, that look, act, and generally, speak like you, and look like you. So those are some important distinctions regarding that.
And I think a lot of people put too much emphasis. I think society in general puts too much emphasis on what people look like. That proverbial passing judgment on, they have, like I was saying earlier, what one person has versus what one person may not. And that's one of the things that's great about the club scenes, is that you don't have people that are doing that are judging you for how you look, or
well, they might be, they're just not expressing it.
Oh, come on.
No, I mean, okay, so I want to point something out though, and I'm going to push back on a little bit of what you said. I may be attracted to one type of person or what somebody looks like, and you may be attracted to what another person looks like. So it's, there's going to be times where there's going to be people at the club or anywhere, just like in life. You don't find everybody attractive. I think the point I'm trying to make is just because you're in a club, it doesn't mean everybody's going to be attracted to you and you're going to be attracted to everybody that's there. The point is that, they just look like regular, people. And I think that's an important thing to point out, that it's not just, people already are anxious about coming to the club thinking it's like this big, everyone's going to grab, we're all going to have sex, or I'm forced to have sex with other people. It's not that at all. What you're attracted to is what you're attracted to, and you're going to find some that you are and some that you aren't,
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I just wanted to make that distinction that, you're not going to find everybody attractive and you're not going to find everybody ugly, hopefully.
Right.
So,
and, I will say that there are certain venues out there that are very specific on the type of clientele that they allow.
HWP parties.
Yeah, I know. I personally don't subscribe to those type of parties because I don't know how I feel about someone asking for a headshot or a body shot of me and being like, well, they're okay to go in or they're not okay. I just want to go somewhere to have fun and meet people. I don't necessarily need someone to, address what my features are or aren't. And if that's enough for everyone else to look
right.
at. So.
Oh, no, that's, those are called HWP parties, or height, weight, proportionate. And typically the way those are, like Marilu was saying, you've got to send in photos, and then the hosts of that event get to decide whether or not you're attractive enough to attend their event. And that's, I think, on its face is terrible. And I say this with knowing that I have people that are that I know the people in the business that do this, and I think they're good people overall. Just because I don't agree with their business model doesn't mean it's, terrible. Yeah. Although I think it is.
And that's like you said, it's their business model. And obviously, they do have people that attend and are looking for that type of an environment.
Right.
But for me personally, it doesn't click for me,
Right. So I just want to point out for those that will be listening to this, Ashton Blake, who is a good friend of ours, who is also in the porn industry. She's been around for a while. Her response to us discussing about how somebody looks, she just says, "Go have fun. Don't overthink it." And that's coming from a porn star, folks. We love her. She's actually super, super nice. She's done some stuff here at the club with us. If there's ever a night where she's here and you can be there, you definitely want to come check her out. Yeah. I want to read some of these comments if we can. Or actually, Mary, you're probably better at than I. Your voice is better than mine. Do you want to read some of the comments?
Well, let's see. We have one. Individual connections are individually unique to every group. That's a good one there. Yeah. You can't weed out all judgmental people, unfortunately, but we have more folks who love all bodies than we do others.
That's true. That's very true. That you're going to find, if I'm going to actually plug, the club, you're going to find the people that attend are probably some of the least judgmental people you're ever going to meet. Super friendly, super kind. And just, there are people that come to the club and they're just like, this is unbelievable. The people are so cool. There's no fights. There's no drama. There's no bullshit. There's, not, machismo or that macho type of, stuff going on. It's just people are there to have a good time, to divest of their problems and all of that. So, and I think that's part of what makes people like that so cool. So, but no, good point. Teresa pointed that out.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out what the big pile covered in baby oil that you promised was all about.
Okay, so this is one of the managers over at the Canton Club says, the big pile covered in baby oil you teased Miranda about on our first visit. So I'm going to guess that on their first visit, I made some sort of goofy remark like, we were going to be covered in baby oil wrestling around or something. Clearly just joking because I don't do that. And I would not look good covered in baby oil. Would look like a greasy, hairy wiener.
Remind me the next time we do any Jello.
Oh, wow.
Parties that, yeah.
Did you see what Jen just said?
I did. And thank you. Just
let me put that up for people and I'll read that. Jen says, I cried the first time I ever attended. I never belonged anywhere until I found the body shop. That's super, super kind of you to say that. Wow.
Yes, thank you.
That's the kind of shit that when I'm feeling sort of down about the club or, life in general, when people say things like that, that just re-energizes me about, the club and what we do and why we do it. Because that's really what it's all about for us,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Actually, we got a compliment on Saturday here in Pittsburgh. We were just walking around the club and saying hi to everybody. And we actually had a new couple that approached us. And they were so sweet. And they and they were like, you guys have the best radio voices. And I'm like, what?
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm a little bashful. I know that doesn't probably translate well through the video because we do these, but I'm actually relatively bashful. At least I think that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Probably people wouldn't agree, but yeah. So when they came up and said that, I was like kind of embarrassed, like, oh, okay, do I? And I only say that because some people said I sound like Seth Rogen.
You did get that a bit, but they actually came to the club for their 27th wedding anniversary.
Yes,
first time at the club. Yeah, and they had noted that they had watched all of our videos and stuff. So one of the things was about appearance and so forth, and the application, they had watched that one, so that was pretty cool because they were like, "Thanks for approving us."
Yeah. That was super cute, and actually they were both super cute too. I mean, so it's what I want to circle back to. We're talking about how people look. It's super interesting because I think you would agree that they were both pretty cute. I get this all the time from people that I would be like, wow, they're super attractive. I think we talked about this in another video, where you get this super hot, attractive person who is down on themselves, like they're self-conscious, just like you are about certain things. They are about how they look. Now, yeah, there are definitely people out there that think they look great and act like they look great. But that's not what we're talking about. I think those are few and far between. I think more commonly you see somebody trying to carry themselves well, but internally they feel terrible about how they look. So that's super important too, to keep in mind. So yeah, it was interesting to hear that couple say, "Oh, I'm glad you approved us." I'm like, they did really cool on their profile too. I remember them. What's interesting is after that video we did about doing your online dating profile, the quality of the applications has improved exponentially. So I'm really happy. I'm approving a lot more people than I used to. That makes me happy.
Yes, it does.
Oh, here we go. Here's a cool comment.
Yeah.
This is Dominic says, I met my better half at the club 2 years now. Always a nice time and enjoy the acceptance of all. Thank you. That's awesome. They actually met their significant other at the club.
Yeah.
That's not too uncommon.
It isn't. There's a lot of people that do end up meeting their life partners here.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Actually, just recently, there's a couple. Well, they were two singles that met here at the club. Excuse me, met here at the club, and then both decided to close their single profiles and create a couples profile. And they were at the club on Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get to see that a little bit more because I see it happening with profiles. Two singles becoming a couple. But even for people that don't end up continuing coming to the club, that find their life partner. I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
So what else do we got here? Let's see. There should be so Jen says there should be a newbie option. Have various costume helmets like DJs wear. Like DJs wear. People can put on a mask and walk around. What is going on there? What's a DJ helmet?
What's it like DJs wear? Like costumes and I don't know. Are we supposed to give it?
You're gonna have to help us on this one.
Like a marshmallow? You know how Marshmallow wears his
maybe Jen meant headphones.
Maybe.
That's funny. We talked about doing the silent disco, trying to do the silent disco of the club. If you don't know what a silent disco is, Marilu has a great explanation for it.
I do?
You talk about it all the time. I thought it was pretty cool, but
maybe it was one of my drunk.
I've never seen you drunk lately.
You've never seen no one has ever seen me drunk.
So silent disco, the first time we saw silent disco, and there may be different explanations for it. I'll tell you the first time we saw silent disco was on a cruise, and they had all these headphones. They were wireless headphones, and each one of them had a series of LEDs, and there was a button. And there's a DJ, and he's playing 3 different streams of music. And these headphones are picking them up. If you don't have the headphones on, you don't hear any of the music. Right. The cool part is that as you're listening, if you don't like that particular song, you can hit a button, you can change channels. Well, every time you change channels, the color of your LEDs change. And then as you start looking around to the 50 or 100 other people that are wearing headphones, bebopping around, you start seeing colors changing, and maybe a lot of them go to red, or then maybe a lot of them go to blue, and instinctively you're going to switch around. So it was really cool because you're listening to music and anyone else with the headphones is listening to music, but nobody else can hear it, and everyone's dancing around. So you look like 50 fools dancing to nothing.
No, but what I found cool about it was that halfway through when you realize what's going on, you find yourself looking for, okay, where's the group of reds? Because you're seeing all the people with red and they're all dancing together. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, so that's my new core group. I'm listening to Station Red. Or this one over here, I'm listening to Station Blue. And then they all kind of, it makes for a good way to have a meet and greet. Because then you're not just looking at the people that are in the group, but you also have like music in common. So there's other things that you can talk about afterwards, or if you go back to sit down and get a drink. So I always thought it was kind of cool. At first, when you're walking in the room and you're kind of looking at everybody going like, what the heck's going on? It's like utter silence.
Oh yeah. Well, I think there was music coming from somewhere else, like low level music playing in the background. That would be kind of weird. For the record, this was not a swingers cruise. This was a regular cruise we were on.
It was a regular family cruise.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, just family cruise. So no, there wasn't naked. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do naked silent disco.
Okay. I mean, the only place you can put the headphones is on your ear, so.
Right.
Yeah, I mean. Well,
all right. Jen is trying to clarify. She says, remember a few weeks back I had the astronaut helmet. I'm still not following where the DJ part comes in on that.
Well, I think, we... And I'm going to give away a secret here, so everyone listen. If you're not aware, we do have these little smiley face wristbands. And
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Go ahead.
So, the smiley wristbands will let you know who might be new. It lets us know. Yeah, who's new to the club or to one of the 3 locations. So that's a good way to kind of, get to talk to people too and create that little icebreaker thing.
Well, now that you know that, that's why we do that. Although here's me. I'm thinking it's a big secret because, like, when we first came up with it, the staff were asking, well, do we tell the members, what they mean? I'm like, no, just put them on, and people aren't going to know. We did it so that staff would know who the new people were, so that we could check in on them and so on, to make sure they're doing okay throughout the night. And different staff members could do that just simply by looking at the wristband. But here's the funny part. I can't tell you how many times I've put on somebody's newbie wristband and they're asking, oh, is this like the newbie wristband? I bet this is different than the other ones you have over there. And so, like, I kind of get busted almost every time that happens.
Yeah. Eventually they figure out, let's say, why is mine different than everyone else's, So.
Right. Yeah. So,
and I think
I don't know how big of a secret you gave away.
No, but I think a few members.
Hold on. Reveal. Jen says, some DJs wear a costume to hide their face because the music is what matters. 100%.
There you go.
Who are the guys that nobody knew who they were? The two DJ guys. I can't think of their names right now. Somebody help. Deadmau5. Is it Deadmau5?
No, Daft Punk.
Daft Punk. Yes. Daft Punk. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you can come as you can do Daft Punk. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Deadmau5. That's what I thought. Deadmau5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got I'm pretty excited. We're getting stuff from Facebook. We're getting stuff from Twitch. We're getting stuff from Twitter. Let's see where else. Yeah. Oh, and YouTube. All 4 platforms we're getting comments on. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. It's totally awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So this is.
Go ahead.
Here's an interesting question. I don't know if you saw this one yet. When was the first time you fell in love? I was probably 8.
Wow.
Is it fell in love, like truly in love, or you thought you were in love?
Yeah.
I guess that's maybe. Let's answer where you thought you were in love.
When I thought I was in love?
Mm-hmm. When was the first time you thought you were in love?
Wow. I mean, I kind of go back to, like, the puppy love stage,
Sure.
The first, crush, first boyfriend, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then you never truly know what love is,
I want to know what love is.
So you get older and you experience different things, and
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, what was your first? I think
it seems like you're avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question.
So what's the answer?
Oh, I just said, I'm going back to the
How old? How old are you?
Oh shoot, I was in 6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my first crush. He was the paper boy on our street.
Was he making special deliveries?
Not at that stage. At least not to my house.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And like Laura says, there are different definitions of love. It's a hard question.
Yeah. I think in this case we're talking about a romantic love interest. I mean, yeah, I've loved my turtle, and obviously I love my children, and, but I love them in different ways. So I'll answer the question honestly. I was 14, 15 years old when I thought I had fallen in love. And it was a girl I dated for, I don't know, probably a year, 2 years. If she ever listens to this, she's going to slap me because she was like, you don't know how long we were together? And it was a long time ago.
Is this the one that used to take the city bus to go see?
Yes. Okay, so If you want to hear the story, type out, I want to hear the story. Otherwise, I'll move on. Anyway, so yes, we dated for a long time. It was like my first long-term girlfriend. And I truly, at the time, I think
with your story.
Okay, so God, it actually is kind of a long story. I don't know if I can tell the whole thing. I'll go up to the point where I'll talk about the bus stuff. So she lived on the west side of Cleveland. I lived on the east side of Cleveland, and I was not old enough to drive. She was a senior, and I was. Laura says I'm blushing. No, that's just the lighting. Hold on, let me change it. Anyway, so I didn't drive. I wasn't even old enough to drive. Yeah, so I had to be 14, 15 years old when I dated her. And she drove, but during the day, I would cut school and I would take the RTA bus. This is like the public transportation bus. So wherever you live, whatever your public transport. Now I'm 14, 15 years old getting in a bus, and in my mind, it's like 100 miles away. It's probably more like 15 or 20 miles. But taking the bus across town, you'd have to stop downtown, get off the bus, go walk over across the street and a couple blocks, and then get on another bus, and then take that bus over to where she lived on the west side of Cleveland. And actually, the bus ended up dropping off right at the top of her street. So, but it took probably about an hour and a half to make the trip, which ordinarily would have been about 20 minutes driving regularly. But yeah, so I would do that quite often. So if my mom is watching this, I'm sorry. That's one of those things I got away with. You never caught me at.
Till now.
Fuck. I just outed myself. So yes, that's yes. Laura says so romantic. Aw, trust me, I went over there to have sex. Oops, I think I just gave away how old I was when I had sex.
Yeah, you did.
Now,
You had to do about a lot of things.
Full disclosure, we're way off topic right now. Full disclosure, she was my first. So that's probably why I fell in love.
Maybe.
What do you call that? Your first love?
Yeah. Your first love.
Right.
So you said we are off subject.
Yes, we are way off subject. So
we're talking about, does everyone look like you at the club? Why don't we kind of hit on another little subject matter? How about talking?
Oh, we've been all over the place. Let's go.
I know. How about talking about appearance at the club, but in the sense of dun dun dun.
You want to talk about dress code?
Yeah.
All right. Before we talk about dress code, what I thought you were going to say when you talk about appearance was about, and it kind of plays into a dress code, but not, I don't want to say hygiene. Hygiene is not the right word. Unkempt, maybe? Like just disheveled, coming in, not like coming in like you were heading out to Walmart to go grab some milk.
No, coming in and like you just got off of work from the garage and not realizing that you still have oil underneath your fingernails.
Yeah, that's a bad one. Or all over your boots because you didn't bother to change because, nothing oozes sex like work boots with oil and grease on them.
Or fingers when it's not lube.
So
Okay.
I don't know that I think about that too much. Probably because fingers aren't going into me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Big from Peanuts, Laura says. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So we can tie this all in. Parents, dress code. dress code's really become a hot topic button, I would say, recently.
It has.
And I'm really, really struggling with it. I'll speak for myself. Personally, I struggle with it because hard to tell, I'm a little older, which means I'm a little more old school about certain things. And I remember the days of going to a nice restaurant where you actually had to dress up to go to the restaurant. And what I mean by that is, for guys, putting on like a collared shirt with a tie, potentially a jacket, dress shoes, dress pants, and women would wear, a very nice outfit, whether it be a dress or slacks or whatever. So I grew up sort of in that time frame or era where there were dress codes. There were restaurants you couldn't get into if you weren't wearing a jacket.
Right. And it as well with clubs, the club scene back when we were growing up, it does kind of go back to that, the red rope, the red velvet rope that you didn't cross if you weren't, didn't get permission to cross.
Right.
Until, the guard at the door said, yeah, you passed, you're good. Okay. Right. No. Set aside, blah blah blah.
So much like now. See that kind of borders on like Studio 54, where they would go to the front door and pick out all the hot people to go in. So we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that exactly, but we're just talking about coming into the club. You're already coming somewhere that's sexually charged, and you're looking to possibly hook up with somebody. Why not dress the part?
Well, to play devil's advocate,
like Laura said.
Yeah, but okay, so that leaves a lot on the table, and I'm saying I'm the person pushing for the dress code, but I'm going to argue a little bit on the other side of it for a moment, just to get some feedback and maybe some, maybe open my eyes a little bit. We've got a good friend who's been in the nightclub business for a long time, and he, on command, can recite what he was the door person for. What was it? Rumors and Night Moves. He always does this. Yeah, Rumors and Night Moves. Old school nightclub, and he has this whole spiel about, he would tell people, and I can't even rattle it off, but one of the things that struck me, worn, torn, faded, something jeans, which meant, like, in our day and age, it was like, dark blue denim, straight. No, I mean, when we were growing up, there was no such thing as even acid washed or, any of that stuff. They were just blue jeans.
Yes.
Like Jordache and stuff like that. But my point is that we now allow jeans in the club. And you go from the dress code, which was from 20, 30 years ago, to the dress code today. We're allowing jeans. Jeans weren't necessarily allowed, then, or at least the kind of jeans that we allow now. Are we shooting ourselves in the foot by limiting certain things? I guess my question and maybe the pushback is, do we, look at that and say, okay, times have changed a little bit more. Maybe it's not like how it was when we were kids or younger. Maybe we should look at expanding the dress code a little bit.
Well, I personally think that the dress code has evolved, even from back then to what is considered to be more fashionable now.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the thing with dress code is I always look at the ladies and they look fabulous. They go all out. This is like, getting dressed for that date night. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see and think of some of these guys that show up and I'm going, what makes you think that this woman who's dressed to the nines is going to be interested in you in a pair of sweatpants, a t-shirt, and slides like you're just getting ready to go to bed in your pajamas?
Which is happening.
Hold up. We did have someone come to the club like that, and I kind of went through everything you're wearing is totally off, dude. We're going to talk about this next time. I don't want to see you in here this way. You look like you're getting ready to go to bed. He's like, I am. I'm getting ready to go to bed. This is so easy. I just got to slip off my sweatpants and bam, bam, bam. And I just looked at him like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That is not the response that you should be giving me. Go back outside. Get some clothes.
So I just want to point out, Dominic says, grew up in the same area, always think of ZZ Top. And it's funny because I think about that song too, Sharp Dressed Man.
Yes.
We grew up in that area. Like that was like the thing, you got to dress nice. You got to look the part and whatever. Yeah. But maybe what looks nice is a little subjective. I think that's where I was going earlier. And maybe we need to look at, obviously we don't, like Laura says, cargo shorts and Crocs are no bueno.
No
I don't know in what universe that's sexy. If somebody thinks that's sexy, go ahead and comment. I'm very curious to know who thinks that's sexy. But cargo shorts and Crocs.
Yeah. But anyway, as it pertains to dress code, I think ours is pretty basic and easy. The only thing we don't allow are, unless it's a theme night, like it's a beach night or something, or shorts. Mm-hmm. And
right.
Flip-flops. And that's for the men. I know it's going to seem like, well, there's no dress codes against the ladies, but I think there isn't anything that a lady can wear that would be off-putting to anybody.
I got to think about that.
Yeah, see?
I mean, there could be. I think, yes, in maybe to put it in a better context, 99 times out of 100, or 99 women out of 100, come to the club and you can tell they've spent time doing their best to look better. Whether that be their makeup, their hair, their nails, the clothes they put on, or a combination of all that, or all those things together. It's disappointing to see the gentleman standing next to them looking like he didn't think but for a minute about what he was going to wear and how he was going to look going out. Now, granted, I think 99% of men don't wear makeup, but you can run a comb through your hair, shave, or, and I get it. Some guys are growing beards or whatever, but if you just look disheveled and like you didn't give two squats about what you look like when you walked out the door, that's no good. And I think that's what Marilu was saying also, earlier. They got to do something.
Yeah.
Laura was all over this. She's like all over this. Let's see. Laura says I have to take at least 10 years off my face with makeup every day. I wish I could do that.
I'm looking at Dominic's now.
Thinking of Lucy and Ethel and those potato stacks. Wow, you're going back way far. Of course, Dominic was showing my age.
They probably had sensible shoes on, and that would be okay with me. Put a belt on that sack, you're good to go. Scarf, you can.
I'm looking for the night where a woman comes in a burlap sack, but then drops it and she's dressed to the nines underneath, like in for me, like garter belts and thigh highs and all that. Like the woman who comes in the trench coat and opens up. Not a flasher.
Wow. Some of these comments are awesome, and we love it. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are great. Oh my God, you're carrying this whole show. You know what? We're just gonna sit back and let you guys comment. Oh my God, we got April chiming in here.
Yes,
she says I'm a natural beauty. Actually, you are.
Everyone is. Everyone is a natural beauty.
Yeah.
Well, there's always something beautiful to behold.
I'm feeling like this recently about women in general. Like, I mean, I have a type. I have a type that I'm sort of, like that's my go-to. I'm attracted to, whatever. But I don't know if I don't know what, but as of recently, the women that come to the club, I think they're all beautiful. And I know that sounds cliche or whatever, but I really believe that. I look at somebody and just look for what it is that's beautiful about them. It could be the personality, but I think if you look for the beauty, you'll find it, no matter what somebody looks like.
Yeah. So someone's asking us if we've ever been to Exotica. And you know what? It's just down the street, but we're always open when they're open. So
No. Not Erotica, not Club Erotica.
Oh.
No, Exotica.
Okay. See, I don't have my glasses on. I can't.
That's my fault. Actually, you look really cute in your glasses. You should wear them.
Okay. So
Anyway,
Exotica. No, we have not been. Every time we've ventured to go, something has come up that
not my dick.
Yeah, it's changed our minds. I'm being able to go. Okay, I got to put these on for a second just so I can see what's
what
going on.
What do you think, guys? Glasses or no glasses? Let's hear it. I say glasses. I think they look good, but
okay. I like wearing my glasses. You just don't like me wearing them like this.
That's a no bueno.
That's a no bueno.
That's a no bueno. Oh, Dave. Hi, Dave. I hope you're having a better day. Oh, I see glasses. That's 2 glasses.
Oh, okay.
She's mad at me.
That's okay.
Now she's doing it to make me mad.
Everyone's going glasses. Now, Ashton has been to Exotica.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I had a doppelganger in Exotica this year, or last year, I should say. I had someone that.
Get her back to Pittsburgh?
Huh?
Can we get her back to Pittsburgh?
I have no idea who it is. But Lanaya.
That would be a wonderful threesome.
Lanaya and Jennifer both sent me pictures of the artist in question. I was like,
I have to dip out for 1 second here. I apologize.
Okay, so he's got to deal with one of our contractors here in Pittsburgh, as he said earlier tonight. They're getting ready to stripe the parking lot and give us some more new spaces, hopefully. But Ashton, you've been to Exotica. Everyone says it's a great time. Unfortunately, this year is a bust for everyone when it comes to some of those conferences. We need more velvet naked lady portraits at the club. I have a few portraits that are going to be coming out that we might be enlarging to put at the club. So those will be interesting. You'll get to see my butt. Maybe not in velvet, but it'll be up at some of the locations, hopefully here in the coming months. So anyone else have a subject that they'd like to talk about? We talked about dress code. We did talk about briefly, is everyone going to look like you at the club? I think that kind of subject matter went kind of brief there, but I think overall you have to just come into the club open-minded. I personally, in the last, I'd say 8 months, we've had a few couples that have been coming through that we've been talking to on a regular, and to see these ladies and their confidence just blossom from the first time they walked through the door to now is just fabulous. What about our climbing wall? The climbing wall. trying to think what that was. The climbing wall conversation. Oh, the climbing wall. So when we do some of our Sapphic Sunday events for the ladies, they have the option of doing their vagina casting. And some of them do leave them behind. So, actually here in my office, I'll flip back a second. I have a few of these castings of leftover vaginas, I guess. So we had talked about getting a class together to actually do castings of some penises. And we were going to recreate a climbing wall with the vaginas and the penis castings. So that was something that I think we talked about in one of our drinking Sunday fun days.
I don't even remember that one. Actually, I do remember that one. Yeah.
This was during COVID, and we were social distancing in the parking lot with staff. And we came up with the idea that we might have to put in a vagina penis climbing wall.
You know, if they held, I mean, first of all, you couldn't make them out of ceramic. They'd have to be out of like plastic or steel or something. Otherwise, the scissors would break right off.
Oh, yeah, they would. So someone was asking about the upcoming events and that they're excited about Freaky Friday coming.
Me too.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people asking about it. And we're finally at a point where we think that, we can give everyone what they need with demos or anything like that.
Yeah, we're definitely working on that. We actually met with one of the people that helps us with Freaky Friday today, and they're excited to get back to it. So yeah, that's one of our big ones, especially for a week or for a Friday night. That does really well for us. Yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. We're excited to get back at it. Let's see what else we have.
Laura wants to see the vagina penis wall if we ever built it.
Well, the question is, are you going to climb it?
Well, yeah, that was the whole point. I mean, we I got
Laura going to climb it if we have
one of my vaginas. Hold on a second. No, because we sat there and we were like, we can put them in different like variations, and so it was like a point where you could like.
That looks so wrong.
I know it looks so wrong, but the intent was was good. And like I said, it was on a Sunday fun day, and it was a thought. I mean, people were just.
I'm gonna apologize to everybody watching this. This cast went way off the rails. We went way off topic. I think we covered the topic well enough, but I go away to come back to you holding two vaginas in your hand, and talking about a penis vagina climbing wall.
Well,
congratulations! You just watched a train wreck.
No. Someone, I asked for people to, give some subject matter to talk about while you were gone for a few seconds. And our friend Ashton brought up the wall. And it took me a second, but then I was like, oh, yeah. So I just kind of, for those that can see the chat and what's being asked, I answered the question.
Yes. Yes. Not surprised. One of the reasons I love you so much.
Hey. Well, as Ashton says there, mama likies.
Mm-hmm. You like mama. All right. Well, I don't know. We've been on for just about an hour here. I think you want to cut out and do a little boom boom in the zoom.
Little. Little boom boom? Boom boom.
Well, I only have a little boom boom, so.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Sam's going to cut us off here in about 5 minutes. So, for those of you that want to talk to us later on in our after video chat, we'll be online for a little bit tonight on our Body Shop chat forum.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're already a member, you can go ahead and log in there and ask us any questions you might have for the evening. Oh, we'll be happy to answer.
And maybe you might see us have sex.
You always tell people that, and it never happens.
I'm trying to get people into the chat. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe I'm saying that they're not coming into the chat because they think, I don't want to see G naked.
You never know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yes. But go to if you're not a member, go to bodyshopclubs.com. You'll have to fill out an application. I don't know that you'll get it approved before tonight's video chat starts at 9:30. Mm-hmm. But go ahead and put an application. You never know. I might take a quick peek and get some people approved. So but yeah, free for members.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys later tonight.
Look forward to it.
Yep. I'm kind of catching up on some of the chats there.
Tonight we got a little congratulations. We had over 100 messages from tonight's video. So thank you for that too. So all right, so we're gonna dip out. I have no idea what we're talking about next week. Maybe we'll do an interview. We had a couple of people we've talked to about doing that. So otherwise it'll just be me and Marilu talking about vagina walls and penis and vagina walls. So maybe that'll be next week's subject.
Yes. And remember, guys, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, which you'll find some of the videos there as well. Yep. So
and Twitter
next week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Twitter.
Yep. All right, folks. You have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you sometime over the weekend. Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye, everyone.